There are times where culture influences food, times where beliefs and customs influence the way people eat, sometimes to such an extent that it becomes a fundamental characteristic of their cuisine. Today, we will be exploring one such case. To do that, we have to travel across the Pacific to the islands of the Philippines. Within Filipino folklore exist many malevolent beings. Today, we will be focusing on the aswang. The aswang are shape-shifting monsters who can appear as any animal. For example, in the provinces, folklore states that they typically appear as a wild boar, but they can appear as a dog, a cat, a large bird, or even a bat. However, when they're ready to strike, their form changes. They suddenly appear almost human, but with deep red eyes, sharp teeth, a pointy tongue, and claw-like nails. There are many types of aswang, taking on a whole host of traits that are familiar to other mythological creatures. Things like vampires, werewolves, and even witches. The aswang are drawn to the smell of humans, and they will choose their prey selectively based on their smell. The most attractive to them, according to myth, is the scent of pregnant women and children. Myth also states that there are ways to protect against the aswang, that there are foods and scents that are said to drive them away. Chief among these are garlic and vinegar. So universal is the fear of the aswang among Filipino people that these ingredients can be seen throughout the whole of Filipino cooking. Vinegar and garlic are incorporated in as many dishes and meals as possible. Today, we will be making one such dish, Sinangag. Sinangag is a sort of garlic fried rice. It is often served for breakfast in the Filipino kitchen, but if you ever need an excuse to have fried rice for breakfast, saying, it'll keep the baby eating demons away. The ingredients we are going to need for our sinangag are as follows. We are going to get our ingredients together. We are going to need 4 cups of day-old rice. We are going to need 8 cloves of garlic, 4 sliced, 4 crushed. We are going to need about 60 milliliters or a quarter cup of vegetable oil to do the frying. And we're also going to have a few teaspoons of salt so that we can season. Flake salt is going to be best, but regular sea salt or kosher salt is fine for this. Our first step is to get our pan warm. We're going to get a large wok or saute pan, and we're going to set it over medium-high heat for a couple of minutes. We're going to pour in our oil, and we're going to make sure our oil is up to temperature. You want to see that oil shimmering in the pan or the wok so that we know that's warmed up properly. Once the oil is shimmering, we're going to add in our garlic. We're going to be sure to stir that constantly for about 30 seconds or a minute. We want our garlic to be very fragrant. We want to have that nice aromatic smell. But we do not want our garlic to burn. We just want to see it color a little bit, get a little bit of that golden brown crust on it. Once we see that, we're going to dump in our rice. With a wooden spoon, you can start breaking apart the larger chunks of the rice. And we're just going to stir that occasionally to let the rice cook through. This is going to take roughly 3 minutes or so. And once that rice has cooked through, as always, we're going to take a little spoonful and we're going to check our seasoning on that, add a little bit more salt if needed, and we're done. A very simple dish to make. Sinangag is tasty enough on its own, but it's frequently enjoyed with other things, such as fried egg or protein, usually beef or pork. The combinations of these are so ubiquitous that they even have their own portmanteaus associated with them. For example, the most common is probably tapsalog, which stands for tapa, which is a type of sweet-cured beef, sinangag, and itlog, which is the Filipino word for egg. We also have tasalog, which is pork tocino, sinangag, and itlog, and longsalog, which is longanisa sausage, sinangag, and itlog. A recipe for some of these ingredients will be included in my Ko-fi for members to enjoy and enhance their Sinangag. Thank you for joining me on this culinary cultural adventure, and I hope to see you here again at the Hungry Shark Tavern.